Good day everyone, Brad here with something different, not necessarily a mini-scale ship, but a Black Ace TIE Fighter from Star Wars Resistance, from Yoda's Jedi Starfighter, the one that came out last year. So let's take a closer look at this and some of the details. And here we are with the 75360 Yoda's Jedi Starfighter. This is kind of a random one-off I wanted to do because I saw this ship and I thought it had some rebuild potential, but only for this one specific build I wanted to do. Everything you have to build this is in this box, and I actually used most of the pieces from the set. No extra pieces are required, and as usual I will have the instructions available and the link down below along with my other alternate builds. First thing I want to point out, the stand is not included in the set. I just grabbed the stand real quick from the Millennium Falcon to help display it. And I do think it looks a lot better with that slight lean. This is such a great stand. It works awesome for everything. So the Black TIE Ace, I first saw this with the set that came out, I believe it was a year or two ago. That set was really expensive and I didn't even know what it was from until I did some research. But I like the look of the ship a lot. And when I saw this Yoda Starfighter, I wasn't really a fan of the look of this one. So I thought I would make a TIE Fighter. And I think it turned out pretty well. And it was also very difficult. As far as my mocks go, believe it or not, this was the trickiest one to design. Main reason being, these are actually the pieces left over. There's only about 20 leftover pieces. So I used almost everything in the set. Now, I do want to point out that it is actually very sturdy. I'm surprised how sturdy it ended up being. Because as I was kind of designing it, this was all really flimsy. But you'll see on the bottom, it's pretty well reinforced. And these wings stay at the angle they need to because there's stoppers here on the bottom. And these side parts keep it at the correct angle. So you actually cannot move these side parts. They stay where they need to. So it's a very flyable ship. I say it's not MIDI scale because I kind of consider anything that's minifigure scale to not be MIDI scale, even though it's about the size of a MIDI scale ship. So if I pop it back on here real quick, I can show you this next to kind of one of the mini scale ships I'm working on right now. Nebulon B coming soon. I know I teased it earlier. So you could put it on a shelf with MIDI ships, but the only problem is I think MIDI ships look really good because what I try to do is hide as many studs as I can, and I think the goal is to make the ship look bigger than it really is. So hiding studs, using lots of small pieces for detail, whereas you'll see this has a lot of studs. That's how most play sets are and minifigure scale ships. One last thing I do want to point out, and I may have to set the camera down for this because you may notice the way the cockpit is, it actually cannot open. So if you want to change out your minifigure, there's two ways to do it. One of them is you can open it a little bit like this, and sorry if my camera isn't autofocusing well. You just pop off the top like this, and then you can get in there and swap out your minifigure. And you just put this whole thing right back on. Another way that I think is a little bit easier is the top sticks down slightly here. So if you just push down on it, you can remove this whole front window piece because it's just held on like that. So pop it off, you can get your character in and out. You see I have Yoda in there right now, but you could also put in R2. R2 fits just fine as well. Alright, that is going to do it for this quick look at the Black Ace TIE custom that I made here. Again, this is just kind of a one-off build because I saw that set and I thought I could potentially make this from it, and I was able to. Again, very fun and challenging to design because of the limited amount of pieces. With the MIDI scale ships, especially the Millennium Falcon, I usually have quite a bit of pieces left over. So it's a challenge, but not as difficult as something like this where I'm really limited by what I can use. Makes it a lot of fun. Again, instructions available in the link down below for all of my builds. Please let me know what you'd like to see in the future, and if you have any questions about any of them. So that is going to do it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.